Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Torch Tales, Stories Behind the Hood. I'm your host, Frank Vargas, aka Traveling Frankie, and today I'm in Texas. But I'm going to let my guest tell us exactly where we are, but you know how this works. It's going to be at the end. First, we're going to get to know the person. We're going to get to know why is he in the welding industry. I mean, is he crazy? What's going on? Anyway, Ismael, sorry. See, I just called you the wrong thing.
Yeah, people get us mixed up all the time.
Yeah, it's the beer, it's the shirt, everything. Jesus Cisneros, the president of Outlaw Leather. Caballero, un placer. Muchas gracias por estar aquí.
Igualmente, gracias.
All right, cool. So, Jesus, again, thank you for being here. But I want to get to know you a little bit more, how you got where you are, where you come from, and the whole thing. So let's start in the beginning. Where are you from?
Tamaulipas.
Tamaulipas.
I was born in Tamaulipas, Mexico.
Okay.
I lived there the first 10 years of my life.
First 10.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
My dad, like a lot of Hispanics, worked in the U.S.
Gotcha.
until one, and this is a story he always tells. The reason we moved out here, he always says this. Ismael laughs at it.
So you grew up hearing this story.
Yeah.
Right?
So I asked him for a ice cream pop, and he didn't have enough money for that one day.
Really?
He said, "You know what? I'm going to the U.S." And that's why we're here. That's
Really?
why he said that. Yeah.
Wow.
And,
so I guess he didn't want to say no anymore.
Yeah.
And he was looking for that better future, like every one of us. I'm one of them as well. Hispanic and looking for a better future.
Well, my hometown is 1 square kilometer. It's a very small town. And when I came in 1999, we had a population of 996 people.
Holy crap!
It's a
So you
very
guys
small
actually knew everyone.
Yeah.
You know, it's it was hard not to know. Hey, the family, the other family.
They all knew me and my family because of my grandfather, Puente. So everybody says, "Hey, oh, that's Puente's grandson."
Yeah.
Everybody knew who he was. It was a very nice town.
Interesting. So 1999, you come into Texas?
Houston, Texas.
Houston.
Yeah.
All right. So tell me how, did you speak English back then?
No.
No. My story as well. So you come in and you were 10, you said?
I was 10, yeah.
10. How was that culturally, culture shock? You come here, language, even though there's a lot of Spanish speaking as well, probably your dad came into an area where it was, so you guys felt comfortable. But how was that whole transition?
I don't recall, man. I mean, what I remember, and I also remember this. Everything I seen on TV back then was New York. So I thought we were coming to a city like New York.
Wow.
And we came here to Texas, and it's not New York.
No, it's not.
It's pretty cool. I guess we adapted very well.
You know what's funny? And guys, you guys know that I interrupt my guests all the time. It's what I do, but then I always come back. You guys know the deal. I'm laughing because when you said that you thought that you were coming to New York, that's exactly what most people thought back in the day in Dominican Republic. It didn't matter if you were going to Puerto Rico, Miami, Houston, LA, it was New York. Regardless of where you were going, it was New York. Nobody else knew anything else other than New York. There you go. You create a reputation, and that's what people know, right? So now you come here, you join school. Quickly, and they start
fifth grade.
Fifth grade.
Yeah.
So they start giving you what, ESOL classes and all that to kind of the English part of it.
Yeah, but I was only in fifth grade for 2 months, and then we ended up going to sixth grade. And 6, 7, 8 was.
Hold on. Slow that. What do you mean you were in fifth grade for a couple of months and then you went to 6, 7? What does that mean?
Well, because school was about to be over.
Oh, I see.
The semester was about to be over.
I thought it's because you were too smart. I'm like, wow, this guy just came in and bam, right away he's in 8th grade.
No.
Yeah? All right, cool.
It took me 3 years.
Got it. Now, here you are in school.
Yeah.
What kind of kid were you? Were you into hands-on mechanics? Were you into sports? Like, what were you doing when you first came in?
No, you know what? I was never into. I mean, I liked them.
Yeah.
I was never good at sports. I mean, soccer, baseball, just never good at it.
Got it. But you had to try them to realize that you were not that good at it. Got it.
And I guess a bigger problem that I have always had back problems.
Okay.
Even I remember 6th grade.
Really?
I went to Jackson Intermediate here in Pasadena. I'll run for 10 minutes and I could not walk anymore.
Gotcha.
That's the problem.
So
with
it's that impact, that
Yeah,
lower back
yeah.
issues.
Yeah,
Wow.
so I've always had that,
Yeah.
and it has affected me throughout my life.
Well, I bet. I mean, that's probably, yeah, you have to kind of make a lot of decisions based on thinking about your back,
Yeah.
And what the future might hold.
But I was just never good. I was never good at sports.
All right.
I
so,
wanted to, but no.
So then, sports aside, what were you into then?
I was actually-
Teenager,
No, it's funny too. I was into bicycles. I was
Riding bicycles
riding-
or putting together bicycles?
both of them.
Got it.
Both of them, and I love working.
Deck pimping my bicycle.
Oh, yeah,
that was the show, right?
I have always loved to work.
Okay. Like
that way-
hands-on kind of work.
Yeah, I mean, no, not like where I can get paid.
Oh,
That way I can.
wow. I like that. Yeah.
No, I mean, I was 13, 14. I would go to work to my dad's shop. He owns
Yeah.
a leather shop, and I would work to put the money back into my bike.
Okay. So what kind of bike did you have?
I remember having a Haro bike.
Okay. I don't know what those are.
Yeah, Haro. They're
Yeah?
very.
My first bike was a chopper. Do you know what the chopper
Yeah.
was? It's like the green ones with a shift thing in the
Got it,
middle,
got it.
and the bar, and I broke it in half. 5 hours after I got it for Christmas, coming down the ramp.
It
and
happens.
that was the Christmas gift, right?
So mind me, I saved money to buy the frame that I wanted, saved more money to buy the wheels that I wanted, the handlebars. It was the best bike in Pasadena. I remember the first day I took it out, I called my buddy. I said, "Hey, Jorge, I got this bike, man. Now I got two bikes. Let's go ride around." Because we used to ride around all Pasadena,
Got it.
and we will never forget this. We're riding. We've been riding for 2 hours now. We're doing maybe 5 miles per hour. So we're just cruising now. And I look back and he falls forward. And we could never explain how he fell or why he fell because we're going so slow.
Yeah.
The bike ended up hitting him here. It broke the handlebars. I remember being so worried about the bike.
Right? Yeah.
To this day, I call him. I say, "Man, you got to pay for a bike, man." You know?
Hey, some friends never pay those debt.
Yeah.
They just owe you for life, and that was one of those cases.
So
So what happened? So you are into bikes,
Yeah.
you are riding bikes 13, 14, 15, and you said, which is how it kind of develops into where we are, you said that your dad owned a leather shop,
he owns a boot company.
a boot company.
Yes.
And is that what he was doing in Mexico?
So in Mexico, my dad lost his dad when he was 5.
Okay.
And growing up in a poor part of Mexico, one of the easiest jobs you can get that you can go out now with no experience is shining shoes.
I see.
So that transitioned to him becoming a cobbler and then a bootmaker.
How do you guys call that in Mexico in Spanish?
Zapatero?
Yeah, because we call them limpiabotas.
I don't know.
Yeah, but anyway.
Bolero.
Bolero.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bolero, yeah.
That one I've heard.
Yeah.
Yes, bolero.
So, I mean, he transitioned into a cobbler around 14 years old.
Okay.
And then at 18, he started making boots.
Wow.
But it wasn't until he got here to the U.S. He was about, I want to say 28, 32 when he really got into making.
Gotcha. So he had already been doing it for a while for somebody
Yeah.
else. He had the experience,
Yeah.
and I'm guessing he also knew where to get material.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So at 28, 30, he goes, you know what? I'm going to go on my own and start making my own stuff.
Yeah.
Is that kind of how it happened?
Yeah.
And by then, you are how old?
I want to do the math, but I'm not sure. I'm 36 now. My dad looks young.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah, my dad looks young. People ask him, he's my brother all the time.
Really?
I want to say, he just said it yesterday. I want to say he's 58.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you guys back at home want to do the math, I've never done it.
All right.
I'm just kind of guessing on all the math here.
It's all good, guys. We are in the welding industry, right? So don't expect too much. We just put things together. So now your dad is into this, and he has his own business, his own
Yeah.
shop. And so were you one of those kids that you were coming into the shop to help out because
All the time.
he asked you, or you had
I
no
wanted to.
choice, or you wanted
No,
to?
I wanted to.
Because you know how Hispanic
Yeah.
parents are like, hey, you're going to come every day and help, and
Yeah.
there's nothing about
Well,
it.
see,
Yeah.
in my group of friends, I was the only one who always had money.
Okay.
Because I like to have money.
All right.
Whether it was $5, $10, $20, I always had it, man.
Got
My
it.
friends didn't have $5, I had $5.
Yeah.
Or
So
20.
he was a good friend to have. Like, yeah, he's going to buy ice cream. He's going to buy everything else, right?
Well, that's because I worked.
Yeah.
You
I
know.
said ice cream because I wanted to keep it PG-13, just saying.
You want ice cream?
No, I'm good.
We'll get somewhere now.
You know, these guys have a little bit of everything here.
Hold on.
You know, it's amazing.
We'll get ice cream.
Oh, hey, look! You ask and you shall receive. Well, let's see what else I'll ask throughout the interview. Maybe we'll get it too. So you're actually trying to get ice cream?
Yeah.
Hey, I should have done this conversation a long time ago.
I said please though.
Well, there you go. So now you are helping your dad.
Yeah.
You are young and you are learning. He's teaching you or just by watching. What were you doing at his leather shop in the beginning?
Oh, and I do this with my kids. He's done that with my kids too. Customer brings in a pair of cowboy boots. You just repair them. You
Gotcha.
take them. I cannot put them back together.
Yeah.
But I can take them apart.
Okay.
Take off the sole, the weld, the insole.
That's like me with my toys back when I was a kid. I can always take them apart, can't put them back together.
And it was good for him because you know how to. Throughout the day, you get 20 new soles
Gotcha.
on boots. You take them apart, he just does the rest.
Okay. Now, at this point, no one was into welding.
Nobody in my family.
Or any kind of welding.
Nobody in my family is into welding.
Gotcha. So let's start now kind of going into the transition of, first of all, where are we right now?
Pasadena, Texas.
All right. And this business is what?
Welding.
Welding.
Oh, yeah. Here, oil, gas, everything. It's here in Houston, Texas.
Right.
In Pasadena, Texas. That's what we do here. I want to say, now again, people back home, please do the research. But besides Pasadena Independent School District, I think Exxon is, the third largest employer here in Pasadena.
Really?
Well, again, please.
Guys, if you guys know the real answer and you guys are right, whatever, again, it's all good. Don't be just like, he's wrong. Take it easy. Calm down. Now, so how did the whole transition went from your dad making boots, repairing boots and all that, using leather, you getting exposed? Did you get exposed to the welding industry before you even thought about all of this here right now?
Oh, no. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So how were you exposed to the welding industry?
Easy. So I didn't want to be a shoe. I don't want to be a cobbler.
Okay.
I say, I can do this.
Yeah.
But that's not my future.
Of course.
It's not. I want to do something different.
Yeah.
So I looked at, by this time I'm already 17, 18, just out of high school. I was never good. I was very good at high school, I'll tell you that, but I didn't graduate.
Okay.
I didn't like going.
Gotcha.
I was very smart.
Yeah.
But I wasn't. I was smart enough to finish. But I want to say that because I left high school at mid 12th grade, and I went to go take the GED 5 months later, 6 months later. I passed it.
Gotcha.
It was easy.
Yeah.
So, anyways, all my friends became welders. They all went to San Jack, our local college, and
because the industrial side of this area kind of demands a lot of welding.
Yeah.
So it was easy for a lot of people to end up in welding.
So I already knew all my friends were doing it.
Okay.
And all my friends already been doing it for a year, 2 years before I decided that that's what I wanted to do.
Okay.
I was still at my dad's shop. We were making good money.
Got it.
And one day I said, you know what? I don't want to do this. I want to take welding classes. So I did. I went to San Jack. I was there for 3 months. I think it's a 7-month program in San Jack. And after 3 months, I said, you know what? I'm going to start applying to jobs. You see what happens.
Okay. All right.
And it was cool, so I never done I have never applied to a job before.
Oh, so you didn't even know how to go about building a resume or this or that or
Yeah, resume. Well, I worked at McDonald's.
Okay, I got it.
When I was 16, 17.
All right, got it. Yeah.
But not a professional resume.
Hard work, yeah.
And, it was hard. It was very hard at McDonald's, man. I had a night shift. Anyways, so I get a call from General Electric, and
one of the places that you have applied.
yeah, General Electric Oil and Gas.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, that's pretty cool,
I know.
So I took the call. They told me to go there whatever day. So I went, and the whole time, and I was very new at all this industry. I remember thinking that I would be welding on fridges and just appliances.
Yeah.
I told my dad.
Oh, because GE, General Electric, I get it.
I told my dad,
Yeah.
I think that's what they want. Somebody just to tack weld on the appliances.
Right. Yeah.
So I went, and that wasn't it. It was oil and gas.
Oh, so it's piping and
it's this huge company, Northwest Houston, and the job was as a helper.
Okay.
So I took it. I said, yeah, of course. It
course.
was more money that I ever seen.
Really?
You know, I said, yeah, I'll take it. So I took it. I remember going in my first day. I was so excited. You know, when you're a kid, you're excited about your first day of school.
Oh, are you
I mean,
kidding?
I had my clothes laid down.
The night before, like, just that's cool.
So I went. I was there real early, and I met the guy who will be helping. His name's Tong Lee,
Okay.
Vietnamese. He's
Okay.
a very cool guy. I was gonna be his helper, so we talked. Everything was cool. The whole time I was there, Tong. I mean, I think I have a good work ethic. I would always tell Tong, man, what else do you need? Everything good? Nothing else? Okay. If there's something else, I'll go sweep or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to be a good helper. I wanted to be a good worker. And Tong was always happy. He's my age.
Yeah,
He was always happy. We made a good team.
Really?
We'll get more pipe out, because I'll prep everything and then
He can do the
yeah.
weld. Yeah.
I don't recall the pipe, man. I want to say it was about 36-inch,
Okay.
40 footers, because we're making marine risers
Okay.
for subsea drilling,
Alrighty.
and everything was TIG and Sobark.
Gotcha.
So maybe after 2 or 3 months, I remember telling Tong, I said, Tong, I want to weld, man. I mean, I know how to do this. I want to do it, man.
Yeah.
He says, okay, do it. And he'll help me. He said, Tong, what if I mess up? He was always very graphic with his words.
Okay.
So because we have kids watching, he'll say,
If you mess that up.
he said, yeah, if you mess that up, don't worry, I'll fix it.
Yeah.
So he'll put me on the rack and we'll start welding. He would always be looking out. You got to do this. Go slower. Go faster. Feed more wire.
Yeah.
And I did it like that for about a month. Where the supervisors were not watching.
Of course.
But if I did get
because you were not authorized yet to be
But it was hard to fail though, because everything was welded here on the top. You have the pipe rolling. It was hard
I see.
to
So
fail.
you had one position and you're just there.
The pipe was rolling. After you're done with the root and hot pass, you Sobark the rest.
Gotcha.
And you cannot mess up on Sobark. It's hard to mess up on Sobark.
Yeah.
And after you're done with all the welding, you go inside the pipe and grind it out. You have to flush it down. So it was impossible to fail. I did that for, I want to say, 1.5 years, 2 years.
Okay.
And then it was pretty far. I became a welder in that company. They gave me they
give you like a certification and all that,
well,
or
no? But they gave me a test. I passed it.
Okay.
I was very happy, man. Because my helper pay was amazing.
Yeah. Imagine
they doubled the pay.
Yeah.
I wanted to buy a mansion. I was young. I was very young. I was young. I was done with money, I guess. I was very happy.
we all have been there. We have been done with money, and trust me, hey, it's all good.
Yeah.
Not judging.
My back problems, were always there. And I remember one time I didn't go anymore. I didn't go. Just one day I woke up. I said, I don't want to go. I cannot bear this pain.
Yeah.
So I missed for 2 days. I didn't call. I went back. They I guess they suspended me for a day or two. I don't remember.
Yeah.
And then I just stopped going.
That was like, all right, that was the exit plan.
But I thought I could go work anywhere. I said,
Yeah.
hey, I have all this experience now. I can just go anywhere.
Yeah, look at me. Yeah.
So I went back to my dad's shop in the meantime to find something.
Yeah.
I found a job at a U.S. Steel after that.
Okay.
U.S. Steel, I went in. It was in the production line. There was no welding involved, but I would always see not the janitors, the maintenance crew.
Okay.
And
Which they are doing a little bit of everything.
Yeah. And I would always tell the guy, hey, I want to work with you guys.
Yeah.
I can do that. They gave me a shot, and became part of the maintenance crew in U.S. Steel. I was pretty happy. Same thing. We did a lot of piping, a lot of welding,
Gotcha.
a lot of everything.
But of course, you probably were not making the same kind of money that you were making for GE.
No, yeah,
right?
no.
The budgets are a little bit different, right?
Something I learned is that GE paid for your insurance completely 100%. And I thought that every company was like that.
So now you get this portion taken out of your thing, and you're, what is this?
Yeah, I didn't know that. There you go. GE was
See
the
the
first
stuff
job.
you learn when you're young and dumb, because there's no other way of putting it, right? So now how long were you there?
I want to say I was there for maybe 2 years, 3 years at U.S. Steel over here on Sheldon Road and
So now between those two companies, you are close to 4 years.
yeah.
Back and forth.
And I'm still with my dad. I mean, if hours go low, I'll go to my dad's shop. Saturday, Sunday, I'll be at my dad's shop.
Yeah.
I never left that.
Gotcha.
My dad would always tell me, look, if you want to open Sunday, everything you make is yours. So I had always had that at that.
That's amazing that was so accommodating and so flexible to kind of just let you go and find your thing, but you still have a place here. So that's pretty cool. So that's pretty cool to hear.
After U.S. Steel, I remember I was there. I want to say 3 years.
Okay.
I remember applying to other jobs. I wanted something closer.
Okay.
I applied to 2 jobs. A buddy of mine told me, look, man, I work at a barge company. We repair barges.
Okay.
We do ship fitting and all that. I said,
Gotcha.
Well, let me go test over there. At the same time, I tested at a company called JSW Steel.
Okay.
It's Indian owned. It's the biggest steel company in India.
Wow.
So they have factories here in the U.S. So I applied to both of them at the same time. And the barge company called me within like a day. So I went to go test whatever. It was the simplest test ever. Just stick, overhead, T-joint. That's it. Simple.
Yeah. For what we need, you're perfect.
Yeah, he said, yo, you're overqualified. So I did it. They gave me the safety interview. And I do want to say that's the first company I ever got fired from. And that's the first company I'll say again, my work ethic, I want to say is good. But I was being the type of guy who said, hey, you guys want a Coke? I'll go get it. And I'll get everybody who's there a Coke. So that's what happened. So I'm welding on the side of the barge.
Yeah.
And there's a floating barge on the water.
Okay.
I already ran my lines, ran everything. And you have your life vest.
Yeah.
I've been there maybe 2 weeks. And
the safety. Yeah.
I tell the guys, hey, you guys want a Coke? Yeah, you? Hey. Oh, I'll. So I take off my vest, I go get them, come back, give everybody their Cokes, and keep on welding. 'Cause we had this plate on the side. Yeah. And I didn't put on my vest. Safety comes by and tells me, look, man, we just had a safety meeting 2 weeks ago. You're fired. Simple. It was quick.
Well, hey, you know what happens when you run into those things? Of course, you get mad at that moment, and you go like, "What? Geez, But it's one of those lessons in life that it teaches you that there's accountability. Sometimes you got to be responsible for your actions. So definitely, I'm sure that now that you have and you run your own business, there's certain things that you have learned because of your experiences.
Of course.
It's like, hey, sometimes I gotta have that whip. Sometimes I got to be flexible. Sometimes I got to be a friend, and so on, so on. So now, here you are. You get fired the first time, right? Congratulations on getting that experience.
Thank you.
So what came next?
I had applied at the barge company.
Oh, that's right, because you had applied at the same time.
At the JSW company at the same time. So JSW already called me, and I actually already had an interview with them the same day or the day after the barge company. So
it was only like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I called them on the parking lot. I said, hey, you guys still hiring? He said, yeah, come on. Ron John was the guy's name.
Okay.
He hired me as a welder. That was my job.
I know, that's pretty much what you have become and what you became.
So that was the job, welder. That was the title. I said, okay, perfect. So I go in, they tell me my pay. Pay was good. Benefits were good. Everything was great about it. I started my first day on the job, and they introduced me to my crew. Jesus, this is, I forgot the guy's name, the supervisor, that's the manager, that's your co-workers, the electrician, mechanic, another welder. And okay, for the first 2 weeks, we didn't weld anything. So it was a maintenance job too for overhead cranes.
Gother.
They're all P&H 50 to 300 ton cranes.
Okay.
So I'm looking at them, and I remember telling Sam had been there for like 10 years. Sam, what are we doing these cranes? He says, whatever breaks, we fix it. If it's a wheel, a hoist cable, a trolley, whatever, we'll fix it. I said, oh, okay. Do we ever weld? Yeah, but we don't weld that much. I said, okay, Sam, perfect. So after 2 weeks, I tell the guy, do we ever weld? He says, look, man, this is more of a maintenance and mechanical job.
Yeah.
Do you want to do it? I said, yeah, man, I'll do it. And pay was good.
Yeah.
I want to say this is 2013, 2012. Maybe it could have been 2010.
Okay.
Again, guys, my math is bad.
This is getting consistent about the whole numbers. We have a situation, Houston. We have a problem.
No, I mean we're at 2024,
Yeah.
and I was thinking of 2017 the other day. I'm like, man, that was already 7 years ago.
It is crazy, especially with COVID.
Yeah.
It almost seems like we lost 3 years.
Yeah.
And we don't know what the hell happened. And because it happens to me all the time. Was that pre, post, whatever? Yeah.
So I mean, we start working. So the amazing thing about this company is Indian owned.
Okay.
They have less concern about safety than other companies. And
Hey, we're not saying that they're
No,
not
but-
safe. We're just saying that this particular time.
yeah, that company
Right.
was unsafe,
Yeah. That's all
Them.
we're saying.
allegedly. And
Good word.
we could do 100 hours if we wanted, 120. My manager would come in, clock in, and this is true. He's long been fired, so doesn't matter. He'll come in on a Monday, clock in, and clock out on a Saturday afternoon, and all those hours he'll get paid. And I really never was like that. I didn't care for that.
Yeah.
I wanted to work.
Yeah.
So things started breaking, and we started welding and
course.
fixing. And we were doing a lot of hours. I
Yeah.
mean, we were doing 7/16s if we wanted, and
Yeah.
we did them. We did that for 4 years, because being if it's 2024, cranes are for 1950. I started with 74-year-old
Yeah.
cranes. I mean,
Yeah.
to today.
Yeah.
So back then I was 64 years old.
Yeah.
And we changed everything, man. We had 60 cranes on that company, 65 cranes.
Yeah.
I remember. Everything broke on them.
Of course. I mean, you're kidding it. Anything on a piece of mechanical item that it's 30, 40, 50
Yeah.
years old. I mean, of course it's going to break.
Well, the thing is, I remember when I came in, the crew that we had was very. They didn't care much about safety. We'll get these inspection reports, and there's a 300-point checklist.
Yeah.
You have four motors per crane. You have two trolley motors, 2 hoist motors. Everything has to be in place. A lot of
Gotcha.
these cranes only had 1 or 2.
Yep.
And when you run a crane that's supposed to be on 4 motors, you run it with just one, the crane will
Shift. Yeah.
will shift. It breaks the welds, breaks the walls, breaks everything. So after years of that,
Of course it needed
and
repair. and
my crew
maintenance.
only being I want to say maybe 8 people, most of them got fired. Most of them got fired because only me and another guy named David Knowlton. We were the only ones who were doing our actual checklist.
Right.
And one day we had an accident. OSHA came by.
That's
And
usually what
fin-
happens.
And finally, OSHA did an investigation, and I had all my paperwork. I
Yeah.
said, "Look, guys, I said this is missing, and I'm just waiting for the paperwork to repair it. I mean,
Yeah.
here's where I said let's shut it down.
Yeah.
Nobody listened, so everybody got fired. My boss, who was doing like 200 hours a week, got fired.
Right? How can you humanly do that? Right? Yeah. The
So
paycheck was good.
The paycheck was good.
Yeah.
So just me and David are left now. They're bringing another crew, Aaron Johnson. That guy I have a lot of respect for. Aaron Johnson, he's from San Lucia. He's the coolest guy ever. He taught me a lot.
Really?
And after Aaron took over, everything changed.
Gotcha.
Aaron says, look, we're going to change every wheel on every crane. We're going to change every cable on every crane. We're going to do everything.
Yeah.
And we did. So
Cool.
for the next 3 years, we had actual work.
Gotcha.
We had actual 16-hour work.
There you go.
And we did it. We did it for 3-4 years straight. The money was great. It was amazing. I mean, it was great, man.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So
then,
not only the experience that you were getting, now you actually felt part of something, something that was actually,
safe.
yeah,
I
right?
mean, you have the operator running the crane, but he doesn't know what's going on top.
Correct.
I mean, this company, it's 1 mile long. In that 1 mile long track, you had about 14 cranes, and they had about 3 or 4 of those buildings.
Yeah.
And the operator doesn't know what's going on. It's your
course.
job to keep him safe.
Yeah. It's almost like,
And-
working on planes. It's, the pilot gets on it,
Yeah.
but he's got to trust the people.
And
Yeah.
I remember we did so much work, and one day nothing broke anymore. Nothing. I mean, we were doing preventive maintenance only.
Of course, there you go.
I mean, we reinforced a lot of the cranes. We welded so much.
Talk about
steel
being proactive, right? That at the end of the day, that's
Yeah.
any company. Forget that this is just a specific piece of machinery.
Yeah.
But just in anything, if you take care of a company the right way, nothing should break. right?
Yeah,
You know,
and you have a sense of you're proud of yourself.
there you go.
Knowing that something is safe now.
Yeah,
And that I was got to me very well. It wasn't.
cool.
I didn't care about the hours. I
Yeah,
care
yeah.
about keeping it safe.
Equality and yeah.
And
So
and
that's pretty cool because now I mean now you are close to 10 years, give or take,
yeah,
welding. You know,
Yeah.
so now you are, you understand welding. You've been exposed and all of it. Now you have the background of your father's shop. Working with leather. Now, why are we here in this space? What is this location that we're in right now?
So while we're here, after doing all that, our hours got cut short.
Okay.
We're now doing only 40 hours. I was happy.
Yeah.
I had more time, but I wasn't happy with the pay anymore.
Of course.
So I will go back to my dad's shop in the afternoons because 8 hours you do them quick.
Right.
8 hours you do them, or I don't remember if it was 10 hours a day. You do them in 4 days, but it was quick. I had so much
this extra time.
All this extra time. I didn't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah.
Oh, my wife gets on me for that. But anyways, I went back to my dad's shop.
Okay.
And one day we had a problem with a crane, and I'm back at work, and I'm in between a crane on its wheel,
Okay.
and we had to gouge out something because the wheel just broke off.
Okay.
And there was no way to get there. It was with a man lift. It was a very awkward position.
Got it.
So I had to gouge it out. I remember my welding hood didn't fit. So that's when me and my dad came up with the pocket mask. It's a regular welding mask made out of leather. That's how that came about. It worked perfect. It worked very well.
So I heard that little bit of story, I think, on either a podcast or something that you guys have on your site. I think it's what it was. So I'm glad that you're bringing that up. So tight place,
Yeah.
you needed to put your head through there, and you and your dad came up with this thinner, smaller mask,
Yeah.
right?
It was all leather.
It was all leather.
No plastic.
So
nothing.
it would
Yeah.
soft into your face.
Yeah,
into,
I remember telling my dad, look, man, let's make something that's just enough for me to not get flashed.
Gotcha.
And it worked perfect, and I kept it there for a month or two.
Okay.
But then the idea was born. My dad
The
said, "Look,"
idea of what?
of the actual welding helmet that we sell now.
Okay, that we sell where? Because that's what I want you. Where?
Oh, at Outlaw Leather. Here at Outlaw Leather.
Outlaw Leather. This
Yeah.
is where we are.
Yeah.
His business, and that's exactly how it started. So
Yeah.
out of a need, in tight place. So now you created that mask. You've had it for a month or two.
Yeah.
The idea now it's parked and it's brewing and all that. How does it go from that one mask to, well, maybe somebody else wants this,
Yeah.
and so on, so on. How did it become what it is?
Well, my dad calls me. He tells me, look, what if we get a welding hood and we just put leather on it? Because he saw the first problem. That was my dad's idea.
Okay.
He saw the problem. Said, well, let's do it. I'm very good at making patterns. I'm great at making patterns. I can make pattern for anything.
Okay.
So we get back to my dad's shop. We make the first one, and we like it. It's very similar to the models that we have now. Not much
really?
change. Very similar. I do have pictures on our Instagram.
Okay.
And this is, I don't know, I want to say now, 8 years ago, 9 years ago.
Gotcha.
2014.
Yeah.
8 years ago.
Yeah, correct.
No.
No, 2014 is that would be 10 years.
I'm telling you, it's
2014 is because we're in 2024.
I'm telling you, it's.
And I almost went with it too. I'm like, yeah. And then I'm like, whoa, no, 4 to 4. That's 10. Come on. 2014, 2024.
Well, that's when the first model started coming out.
Gotcha.
And I'll take it to work, and people will like it. Say, hey, that's a cool helmet.
Yeah.
I say, yeah, well, we made it. But at this time, I didn't want to make it to sell it.
To sell it.
No, I had no intentions. on
He
it.
had still not become oh my God, I can make money doing this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe 6 or 7 more months passed by when I said, you know what, let's make something.
Okay.
I bought the first 5 welding hoods from the air gas just down the road.
Okay.
And we started modifying them.
Gotcha.
And we'll put them at my dad's shop, and
What can we do with this?
yeah, no, I mean for sale.
Yeah.
So they probably sold within a month,
Okay.
and we just started making more. All the money from those 5 we
Put into more.
to double it.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. We just double and double and double and double. That's how this business started. Just selling the welding helmets that we modified from an old fire metal welding helmet.
Gotcha. Wow. So at that moment, it's still all of this is getting done at your dad's
My dad's shop,
right?
And I'm still working at JSW Steel. Yeah.
Gotcha. So this is almost like a part-time right
Yeah.
now, right?
Yeah.
And now you make 5, you invest that same money you made into
Yeah.
some other ones, but which now we know that it's about 10 years ago, right?
Yeah. 2014.
Yeah. When did it actually hit you in a way where you went, wait a minute, this is actually becoming and can become something? Like those five went
Yeah.
to what quantity that you go like, that's it, we got to do, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it got to a point that now we sold 10, now we sold 20.
Yeah.
And then I said, well, I'm making more money over here now that I'm
Correct.
than I work.
Yeah.
I do have insurance though.
Yeah.
So I just told my boss one day, I said, look, Rick, his name. I said, Rick, I think I'm going to quit because we're selling good over here.
Yeah.
And I know there's not a lot of work right now.
Only so much I can do here too, yeah.
I said, well, look, Rick, we had all these extra projects that we were going to do at the end of the year, some
Yeah.
big projects. So look, Rick, I don't want to leave you hanging. Let's push them to now,
Yeah.
to the next month or so, and let's knock them out, man.
Yeah.
Because I always have my own crew.
Gotcha.
So we did that. We pushed the jobs back. We did them within like 2-3 weeks of
Of the
hard labor.
original, yeah.
And then I quit. I did this full time. My dad let me have a room that was probably 10 by 15. It was a pretty large
Yeah.
room. I could use all his leather, all his machinery, everything. Then I posted the first one online.
So when you say you posted the first one online, did you already had created the name?
Yeah, it was called Blue Arc Leather.
Blue Arc Leather.
Yeah.
Well, I'm guessing I know where you got that
Yeah.
name from, right? All right. So Blue Arc, you had an online registered name
Yeah.
already?
Yeah.
Okay. And you posted the first one online. What
Yeah.
happened?
So I posted the first one. I guess I probably posted 5 models the first
Okay.
time. It wasn't maybe 2 weeks later that I get the first sale number 1001 from a guy from Corpus Christi, Jorge Monroy.
Hold on. He bought 1,000 of them?
No, that was the order.
That was the order.
It started at 1001.
Oh, got it. Wow.
So
that's your first order.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
I didn't know what it was.
No?
I mean, when the notification came to my phone, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know if it was a scam or anything. But I mean, I ended up sending it to the guy, and then we just started getting more orders and more.
So at this time, who did the setup online and all that? Was
Me.
it just you?
Yeah.
You were the one-man
Yeah.
band. Like
Yeah,
there was
no,
nobody else around you helping you.
No,
yet.
I always been very good at a computer.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I've been very good at that.
So now, Blue Arc. What happened to that name?
I didn't like it.
What, you created it?
Yeah. So
Okay.
because the welding helmets were very new.
Okay.
I was doing other stuff too. I was making knife holsters, gun holsters, all that.
Correct.
And that's when I thought, what if I do a name that's edgy and something different?
That I can tap everything else.
So I wanted to sell to motorcycle gangs.
Okay.
Well, there's a lot of them here in Houston. There's
Yeah.
some big ones here in Texas.
Yeah.
So that's who I reached out to, and
You wanted to sell to them what?
the knife holsters.
Okay.
That was my
All using the same material that you were
Yeah.
using, leather.
yeah.
So you knew leather, and then how did you create the new name?
I guess it just came to be Outlaw Leather because of the Outlaw motorcycle clubs.
Got it. Okay.
It never made sense to me.
No, actually, I got to tell you, the first time I saw you guys, and I
Yeah.
think I was one of the shows or something, I remember seeing it. I'm like, that's a cool name. That's a catchy, edgy, kind of new modern name for a
Yeah.
company. And then I saw the crew and how you guys portray yourselves in social media and how you guys really
Yeah.
put on a show and all that. I'm like, these guys know what they're doing, and these guys are going to just go to the next level. And now I've known about you guys for a couple of years, and I see the why. You guys have a great crew. What you guys do at the shows, and every time I talk to Ismael too, and he shares some of the stuff how you guys are doing. It's just awesome to see. So
Yeah.
congrats, because
you.
you guys are doing amazing, and it's cool to hear these stories, that personal growth. So here you are, 10 years in. When can you tell me that you knew, all right, Outlaw Leather, we are a player, like we became a player? Like when was it 2 years ago? Was it 3 years ago? That you can consider like, wow, look at the online business, look at where we are, some of the shows that we go to,
Yeah.
the relationships that we've built. Like when can you say that that happened?
I don't know. The first 3 years, I have always thought that people were gonna stop buying. I said, well, this is just a fad. You know, people are gonna stop buying. I'm gonna go back to work. But no, I mean, it never did. And I want to thank all of our customers for that. Everybody who's been our customer, who's been our follower, I want to thank you guys. You know, because you guys keep us in
Business, you guys keep the
business.
lights on.
Thank you guys.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
It never stopped. You know, just people kept ordering. We start hiring more people. I think we're up to 23, 24 employees now.
Wow.
That's not counting our marketing.
So who was employee number 2?
Ismael was employee number 4.
Okay.
I'll tell you that.
Now, the reason why we have mentioned Ismael a few times, and the reason why I even started, when I got confused, is because you guys will know what I mean when, if Ismael ever comes on, you guys will know exactly why. So Ismael was number 4.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So, you know how our helmets are custom made. They're painted.
Correct.
One of our original painters is still here with us.
Really?
She's been here through the whole ride.
Wow.
She's probably employee number 3. Employee number 2 was our one of our. His name is Gustavo.
Okay.
We always say that he's an institution at this company.
Yeah.
Because he comes in late, he leaves early, but he's the best guy we have, so we cannot fire him.
Right. Well, when he sees this, he's going to give him even more leverage, right? So, great. The guy's never going to leave.
After that, we just kept hiring more people.
Really?
You always got to hire your weaknesses. Whatever you cannot do, you have to hire.
Huh. So you've watched some personal growth stuff,
Yeah.
huh? Because, that's a line right from Tony Robbins and stuff, right? The guy's been watching TV too. It's amazing. So here you are, 20 plus employees, register Outlaw Leather. You guys have an online presence. You
Yeah.
guys are reaching out through some distributors as well. You guys go to shows. And he's only touched a little bit on the other stuff that they do, right? So gun holsters, knife holsters, all the hoods and everything in between, the arm sleeves. I'll show you some pictures and some videos that I'll take, I'll put them through these conversations. You guys get a full idea of what everything else that they offer. But now that you are seasoned, 10 years in, and you know the industry a little bit more as a distributor, as a manufacturer, as a vendor, where do you see Outlaw Leather, and where would you want to see it in the next 5 years?
I don't know how to answer that question.
Oh, just whatever comes to mind, because I hope you answer, because I asked something. So
We already ship worldwide.
okay,
We do ship worldwide. We sell in a lot of schools and a lot of welding supplies across the U.S., Australia, Canada.
Wow.
We already have stores there.
wow,
I want to be bigger than that. I want to be bigger than that.
okay.
I want to. I don't know.
So is there one country or one area aspect of whether the U.S. or abroad that you would like to concentrate more next? Even though that you already know, we are here, we're here, but this is one area that we still don't have enough of a footprint that I would like to be.
We have talked about Australia.
Really?
We ship so much to Australia.
Really?
But the customer has to pay all the fees.
All the freight, and by the time he gets it, it's so expensive, right?
So we have actually thought of having a store there.
Really?
I mean, for example, Canada. We already have a very good store who will ship pallet loads of products.
So you guys work through a distributor in Canada?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we want to do that in Australia now and UK.
Gotcha.
That's 2 of them.
Have you guys even gone out there and see the market, or you guys have never scouted the area yet?
But we have a very good team that has been suggesting that we do that.
Huh. Interesting.
So the engineering team that we have, they're actually retired from from ESAV, from I want to say the other one. Any help? Jackson, that's the biggest one.
Wow, there's that echo. Did you guys hear that? There's just the walls just answer back. This place is amazing.
Yeah, it's high tech.
I know. You guys got to see it. Yeah.
Jackson, that's our team. That's our engineer team.
Really?
They retired from Jackson Safety, and I want to say ESAF.
So it's safe to assume now that you guys are not buying, some of the original helmets and all that, like from Airgas, like you guys did those first 5, right?
No, we did that for about 4 years probably.
No, I'm just making a joke out of that.
And then one day, this guy walks in with a suit and tie. He's the classiest guy I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I remember talking to
I
the
thought
guy.
it was me, but whatever. Yeah.
And he offered me the services. He said, "Look, man, this is what I do. I'm retired from this companies, and I've done this. I've been all over the world." And I took his card and I paid attention to it, but I left there in my desk.
Yeah.
It wasn't a year after when we couldn't get welding helmets.
Of course.
The company that supplies us, they didn't have enough.
Yeah.
So I reached out to them and we started designing our own welding helmet.
Got it.
And that's why we have our own shell now.
Wow. Now, from A to Z, how long does it usually take you to do one new helmet with a new design? Now, I know that's a loaded question because it could be a painted one, it could be just a leather stamping. But the basic leather beard helmet, what's the process usually take?
I have talked to that with my team before, because now it's not one person making it like when I started.
Well, that is true.
Now you have one person who.
So you have a process, a conveyor belt.
Right.
Yeah.
So because now and everything is made here in Texas. Everything is made back here in the shop.
Yeah.
You have one guy that all they do is cut leather.
Gotcha.
And then you move it on to the line, and you have one guy who all he does is, stick the leather onto the welding helmet, and then it goes to riveting, and then quality control, and then shipping. So and they're not doing 10 hoods at a time; they're doing 200-300 at a time now.
Wow.
It's I couldn't tell you. I mean, I know they wanted to. One guy or
the one that is never going to leave. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or that cannot be fired.
If he comes in early, he can knock it out in, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Really?
One by himself.
How old is Gustavo, give or take?
56.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, kudos to you, Gustavo.
56.
All right?
Yeah.
So now, thank you for sharing everything that you have shared. I mean this from, the company that I work for on my real job, right? This is my hobby. This is what I love the industry and pay it forward. But, when I see a truly U.S. manufacturer, that really takes pride in quality and what they do and paying it forward, giving back. And when I see your product at shows and see how you guys handle, when I see your social media, it makes me chuckle, it makes me laugh, but in a good way, because I'm like, there is a company that is doing it right, that they hire the right people and they are getting the right exposure. And more you guys are getting to be known out there. So your story resonates with a lot of other people out there because it's the American dream.
Yeah.
Here we come from another country and we just want to work hard, pay our taxes, and buy houses now, which is something I heard that now he's into. The real estate, the mogul. When you're making that much money, now you got to spend money, right?
No.
Just kidding,
I wish
guys.
I was making money.
Yeah, but thank you very much. Is there anything else that you think that I missed that we should share with the two viewers watching, my mom and my son? Yeah, and your mom. That's it. That's the only two that are going to watch. But yeah.
No. I don't think there's anything else to share. If people do have questions, we can answer them on the comments.
Cool. Awesome. Well, guys, this is what Torch Tales is all about. It's the journey, the path of someone in the industry. And this is an amazing industry that I'm in it for 13 years, and I don't see myself doing anything else. And I stumble into it. Here's a ex-welder, entrepreneur, not even what am I saying? Not an ex-entrepreneur. He's leaving it. This is exactly what it's at, and what we do. Guys, thank you so much. I hope you guys learned a little bit about Outlaw Leather, the beginnings, where we are, and why this is such a great industry. Thank you guys for watching. You'll see some of the pictures that I'll post and some of the videos. So stay at the end of the actual conversation because you guys are going to see a little bit of how Outlaw leather looks. And so you guys can reach out and buy your hoods. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching.
Thank you, guys. Gracias.
Thank you, brother.